you know. So at a certain point, when you have a much, much bigger size of specimens to deal with, you need to get a little more rigid.
This one ain't this one's something else.
Yeah, you need to get a little more rigid and standardized about what is what, just to maintain everybody's sanity. And that's the Science Minute.
Yeah, and we always go with the best information we have available at the time, and that information always changes.
Yep.
So that's,
yeah,
you might not know as a kid that like Metal Gear Solid is totally an anime,
right? But then the older you get,
you're exposed to more stuff and realize that
you integrate more and more life experiences.
This is in fact just like one of my Japanese animes.
No, it was in the PlayStation section of the Target in Olathe, Kansas. I mean, they didn't even have an anime section. I mean, it was a PlayStation video game, action video game, tactical espionage action.
I mean, with a story that was basically ripped from anime headlines.
Nope, it's pulled from Kojima saw Predator, Die Hard, and Commando, and made a game,
and Ghost in the Shell, and Akira.
I don't know what those are, but okay.
And Bubblegum Crisis.
I remember Ghost in the Shell was a thing on a demo disc I had, and I remember the game actually not being terrible.
All he has ever made is anime.
Yeah.
Kojima, I'm not playing
Snatcher and Psychonauts are anime.
Or Police Nuts?
Yes.
Yeah. What about
Boktai? That's not, it's got an art style that might fit with it. But
it's a sunime.
Yeah, Boktai is the only true video game that Kojima's ever made. Everything else is a bunch of fucking overly narrative nonsense.
Oh, Boktai was such a strange thing.
Like, Snatcher's kind of awesome. It's barely a video game.
Isn't Snatcher just Blade Runner?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But anime.
I've always wanted to.
Metal Gear Solid is like The Rock.
But anime.
Yep.
No, but a game you can play.
Like a man lives in another man's arm.
James Bond meets The Rock.
It's the most anime shit imaginable.
Yep. It's nanomachines. That's not anime.
It's nanime.
Yeah.
No, it's nothing to do with anime.
Oh.
I also subscribe to the theory that wrestling is mostly similar to anime. But I also subscribe to the notion that but wrestling is fucking actual stunts and awesome, and anime is actually fucking dumb.
I'm going to hate it if I ever do actually watch an anime, and it turns out I just love it.
It's really a scary prospect.
I've never watched any anime.
I'm right there with you. So I have seen Ninja Scroll. I bought Golgo 13, the professional, and never watched it. I own Akira and have not seen it. It's probably really good. I actually really like Street Fighter 2 V, which was an anime, but it was set in the Street Fighter universe, so of course it is.
When did that? I know there's been multiple Street Fighter animes. Is that the one?
V came out. It was like
late 90s?
Probably late 90s.
I think that's the one I saw and also enjoyed.
But at the same time, it's basically Dragon Ball Z because you have fucking here's a whole episode where Ryu and Ken are just fucking charging fireballs.
Oh, was that a serialized thing?
Yeah.
I watched a Street Fighter anime movie.
Yeah. There was a Street Fighter Alpha movie that came out around that time too, but 2V came out on 7 DVDs or something that. So
it does scare me because remember when we did our quick look of that One Piece game, and I think both of us were kind of like, this Monkey Dude's pretty cool, and this is all weird. And
if you like the stories in Japanese video games, it's like, what do you think all those people grew up watching and were influenced by? I mean, it's all kind of sides of the same coin on some level. That's just you just don't have to fucking deal with bullshit because there's gameplay in the middle of it, except for in the case of Metal Gear where the gameplay is so thin that it's pretty much just anime.
But then I feel if I start watching the anime or whatever, then just 2 months later I've got a samurai sword on my wall and I'm wearing flame shirts, and
you got to be careful. I mean, I know that's
taking
a
Japanese studies classes in college.
Valid concern.
At some point you're wearing a silken Goku.
See, that's
you have donned the silken Goku, and there's no turning back from that.
I'm going to keep being a cool guy that plays action games.
I have been thinking more and more about sitting you down and making you play Asura's Wrath.
I've played it.
Oh, you did?
And that's the thing, too, is
did you enjoy
super crazy shit was happening. I was like, this is crazy and awesome.
Did you enjoy it?
I mean, I didn't like the gameplay, but I like the super silliness.
Nobody really likes it for the gameplay.
Well, I mean, when I say that, though, that means I only got 2 hours into the game.
What?
And then because the gameplay the combat wasn't.
You saw nothing.
I saw a giant man pierce a sword through the earth.
Like I said, you saw nothing.
That's where that thing goes from there is fucking. It goes so much further.
Oh my god!
And
dude.
See, I like that.
It is totally anime.
I can't.
Yep.
I can't be that guy. I can't do that.
The beautiful tragic thing about anime is that it isn't a genre. It's just a type of thing, and then you have things that are action based,
swords and magic and planets and stuff. Metal Gear is a cool spy with a gun that's going there to kill terrorists.
But then there's Golgo 13, which is an anime, and he's just a fucking sniper.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like snipers.
But also Metal Gear is rotten with military magic at this point. They might explain it all away with nanomachines, but it's still the same absurd bullshit.
Yeah.
No, the key card interacts with the salt in your sweat. The energy field opens doors, and Yeah, it's just cool gun action guy stuff.
It is fucking pretty cool shit.
Yeah, it is.
Presented in a very anime-like way.
Yep.
You're thinking of Twin Snakes.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I mean, yes, absolutely. Like, Twin Snakes is like 10 times the anime.
And because, at that point...
The AQ, the anime quotient, is fucking way higher in Twin Snakes.
Yeah, because he's like dancing on missiles and stuff.
Backflipping on missiles and flying like 30 feet in the air and shooting stingers.
No, I mean, for as much as I, was not a huge fan of Metal Gear Solid at the time, like, Twin Snakes for me was still even to me, that was still somehow an affront in a lot of ways of just
It's like Metal Gear Solid is more grounded than this.
You've made some gameplay changes and that I can appreciate, but all this other stuff, nope.
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid is gritty and real.
It's the Bullet Club of video games. Which is to say it's pretty much anime.
No.
Moving on. One day you'll wake up.
You don't have to.
I don't want to.
You can acknowledge that it's anime, but still not watch anime. It's a fine line, but it is a line. That line does exist.
I'm so happy in this bubble I've created for myself, and I don't necessarily want to dip my toe outside of that
Fair
bubble.
Enough. Nope,
I'm having a good time in here.
Yeah, that's not the worst move. It's not the worst move. There's things you can learn about the world that change a man.
That's true. I'm 30. I don't need to learn anything anymore.
No, yeah, you're done.
Yeah, yep. A healthy way to go through life.
Actually, I'm reading books now. I'm actually learning stuff now.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I read a whole book. I just finished one today.
What'd you read?
Jobs.
Oh, the biography.
That guy's the best.